Hey everybody, Dan Hall here. Today we're going to take a look at Impulse.live. Now, I hope everybody is healthy and safe, and we created this site to be able to track a lot of the analytics for the COVID-19 outbreak. Let's dive in. First thing, when you get on the site, you have what's called the global running curves. And what that is kind of a scorecard of how well we're doing on flattening that curve as a world. And if you look, we got all the way back from 122, January 22nd, all the way out to this would be yesterday. We are pulling this from the Johns Hopkins University data from GitHub, where most people are pulling that data from. So we have the confirmed cases here, the running curve, as well as the recovered and the deaths, the casualties. And next we'll go to the exponential growth for the next 7 days. And what that is kind of a prediction. We take we calculate the exponential growth by taking the total number of cases and we divide that by the running case count, and we come up with an exponential growth. And then we take the average of the last 10 days of that exponential growth, and we kind of do some predictions into the future. So you can see yesterday we had the numbers, and then we're going out to the next 7 days, trying to see what that growth pattern looks like. Now, these growth patterns will change on a daily basis because, again, we are using the previous 10 days exponential growth average. So we're just trying to calculate a little bit ahead of the game here. We can go out quite a number of days. We can go out 30 days. We can go out 60 days. But we just wanted to keep it to 7 days on this one. And the daily trends just shows you the kind of the up and down patterns of global cases, recovered, and deaths. So there's just the up and down daily trends for the world. Then you have the curves by region. You can come in here and you can take a look at the different countries here and see how well they're doing on their curves. You can see some curves are starting to flatten out here. One curve in particular I wanted to show you. We'll take a look at Italy's, and they're doing a better job of flattening it out. But look at this one for France. You see, they started to flatten out right down here. You can see that, and then they just started an upward climb again. So if they had just kept on going here, they could have really started to flatten out the death curve. And the same thing, the confirmed number of cases went up here, and they were just starting to flatten that out. So I was really sad to see that France was having a problem there. And if we go down to China's here, you'll see this is what we're trying to achieve, is that flat curve. We can't stop it from rising, but we can flatten it out at a point in time. And you can see that they're still going up a little bit, going down, or going up. There was just a small gradual incline, not going down. And you'll see the same pattern is happening all the way down through. And another one to take a look at would be, I think, South Korea. I've been looking at their patterns as well. Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of really trying to flatten that out. So when we talk about flatten the curve, that's what we're trying to do. And if we go back to the U.S. here, it's just crazy. We still had people a couple weeks ago still just scattered around in D.C., and there was fish markets. There were places that were just, it showed pictures of people with masks and signs and about the coronavirus, and people were still gathered around there, which brings me to my next hub, or my dashboard here, which is comparing the world curves. Now when this comes in, it shows up, it shows you all the curves, but you can actually hand pick and go in. If I select the US, you can see this is up to date from the previous day. So It's 4:10 today, and this is 4:09. So if you go up here and you go and you click on, you can do a multi-select. You can multi-select different countries. So if I want to compare the U.S. with Italy, let's say the top 10, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's see what that comes back with here. And you can see the U.S. is just up on a steep incline still, and everybody else is really starting to hunker down and do a really good job. Of course, there's the population's a little bit bigger in the U.S. It's a little bit harder for us to get our arms around this. But it's kind of neat how you can compare those. You can go full screen with all this in the different sections. If you wanted to take the graph here and go full screen, you can do that as well. And you can export the dashboard out to Excel or a PDF file if you want to. And you can do that for the different data points if you want to export those out to Excel. If you want to take a look at previous outbreaks, again, this is a multi-select dashboard, so you can click on the multi-select button, and let's say you want the compare H1N1 deaths to COVID, and you'll see, wow, this is COVID-19 right here, and we are far surpassing H1N1 right now as far as the number of deaths. And if we look at we can click on those and they'll click off, and let's look at the confirmed cases as well for H1N1. And you'll see yeah, it's a lot of different things going on here. Daily totals by region. So again, you can take a look at by region instead of the daily trends. Daily totals by region. It's just how each of the countries are doing, each of the regions are doing on a daily basis. And we have a couple of other cool other people's work that they have put up on the web that we thought was pretty cool, and we tried to bring it all into one place. This is a cool one, the coronavirus app. And we always appreciate the data that the fine folks at Johns Hopkins are putting together. Just an amazing data set, and it's really cool to be able to visualize this data, and we're grateful that they're making this available to the world to help humanity improve its quality of life. And then we have kind of a news outlet here. We gather every 10-15 minutes, we put together and we bring in from all different places, just news about the coronavirus, COVID-19, and you can go through and search there if you want to do like a search for school, and it'll bring back some stuff about your search patterns. Let me do now. Anyway, you can go in and take a look at that, and then we have more information about Impulse and some of our supporters, and that's it. I hope you enjoy this website about COVID-19, and one of the other things that we'll be adding soon is the ability to do some what we call what if curves. Stay tuned.